I absolutely love cartoons like The Simpsons or South Park or Rick and Morty, and as an extension I also love all the games they've made too, even the bad ones. And today I'll be playing one that I've always wanted to play but never actually got the chance to.
It's Futurama the game!
And with the addition of fan-made achievements, I'm gonna go through all 88 of them to make sure I see everything this awesome game has to offer, while also getting to play as all of our favorite characters throughout the Futurama universe. But just like most Futurama episodes go, we start off in the Planet Express.
Good news, everyone! I've sold Planet Express to Mom.
Gotcha! Bubba did! Also, why are you wearing that funky hat?
What?
So with that terrible news, we also find out that Mom now owns 50% of Earth.
Making her its supreme ruler.
Oh, and she also says she's only making one little change.
Mother Earth will now be called Mom Earth. Also, you're all my slaves, and anyone who doesn't report for duty before curfew tonight will be blasted by Hoverbot Death Troopers.
But with that, the gang decides to leave Earth only to find out the ship has been destroyed,
Oh no! The ship's all wanged up.
bringing us into our very first mission as Fry. Alright, here we go. This game looks awesome, man. And after doing a little bit of exploring, I found the hammer I was supposed to grab, which ended up killing me. Game over? No way. And I actually thought I messed up here. But it turns out it was all set up to teach us that if you die, you can be brought back to life by this human toaster here, otherwise known as...
The Reanimator.
But then I get sent off with my hammer and have to collect every tool around the building to proceed, which is also how I got my first achievement for walking in on Bender here.
Try, do you mind?
Quit touching my junk, pervert. That's the first achievement I get. So on top of finding all the tools, I also have to find all the collectibles in every level, which is always a certain amount of nibblers for one of them.
A nibbler! I'm gonna collect all of them.
And then the other depends on the character. But for Fry, we have to collect cash. And sadly, before I could get them all, I brought back all the tools, which ended the level, where we also find out the terrible plan for our next level. Professor over here decided to pawn our backup engine.
Pawned it? Why? For the same reason everyone pawns everything in America. To get a gun.
And now we have to use the gun to go take back our engine. Great way to get a free gun, I guess. But finishing the level for the first time gets me pissed. Woohoo, I'm an errand boy. And just to get the collectibles from that level out of the way, I went back and spent about a good half an hour looking, unable to find the last. But thanks to some ancient guides on YouTube, I ended up finding these ones I needed behind these pictures in the wall here. Which also gets me this achievement, pulling down delivery boy money. Bringing us into level 2, the sewers, which is where I not only got to use a gun for the first time, but I also learned about how easy it is to die in this game. Multiple times I learned, actually. Oh my god, I died. But then after learning how the gun works, I was doing a lot better, that's for sure. And I ended up making it to these crazy platforming sections where I had to jump across these alligators. Reminds me of that level in the Simpsons game as Lisa where you're jumping across alligators. But on top of the good old PS2 platforming, I also got a good lesson on how painful these collectibles are. You see, this level here has 5 nibblers and 150 cash to collect, one by one. And after fighting my way through killing all of the sewer monsters and even going through an even worse platform section here, did I make it? No, I can't. Oh my god. I ended up finishing the level with a whopping 2 cash and 1 nibbler missing. And well, here's my reaction to that. No, I ended the level. That's so terrible. I have to redo all of that. But hey, at least I got all the kills, I guess. So I hopped back in, threw on a guide, and made my way through to find out this one hidden room was all I was missing. 1 nibbler and 2 cash are gonna be in here, aren't they? Oh god, there's an enemy. Oh god. There we go. Nibbler number 5.
Nibblers! I found all the nibblers!
150. A penny saved is a penny earned. So from now on, I made sure to keep a guide on for the collectibles, because some of the levels have upwards of 250. It's just insane. But at least there was also a fun achievement here for me to get. I had to speedrun to the first checkpoint without firing a single shot or taking any damage. And there's a fail. And although I got tentacled once or twice, it wasn't too hard. And only a few tries in and I ended up making it on this run. There it is. Knee deep in mutant slime. Now with everything in level 2 done, it's time for 3, where we've upgraded from the sewers to the subway, where not only do we have some new enemies, but we also unlock a new gun. Oh, I got the shotgun, which I didn't really end up liking, but still cool. And luckily there was less collectibles this time, but even so, I was not making the mistake of missing any more and made sure to keep the guide on standby. Once I've made my way through to the end with everything, I get a super pop with all 4 of my achievements at once. 1 for each collectible, 1 for all the kills, and 1 for beating the level. Holy crap. But I also had one quick challenge to do here. I had to make it all the way to checkpoint 3 without a single dollar. And well, of course, the first time I got attacked by this hidden one here. No! But I learned from that and went a bit slower on the next one and ended up getting this. Oh, there we go, I got it. Look at us, living like trash-eating bums. Now on to level 4, where we finally leave underground just to get introduced to even stronger enemies. Holy crap, he has a rocket launcher? But my first goal here was to get 20 hipfire kills, which isn't the easiest thing to do, you goddamn stormtrooper aim. But I started from the very beginning of the level and eventually about halfway through I got my last one. Oh, let's go! They blew up on their own! Spray and pray! But besides the difficulty of the enemies here, there wasn't anything too crazy in this level. Oh my god, this is a mess. This is a terrible mess. Get away from me, what is this? Oh my god, I can't stop getting exploded by everything. Holy crap, man, calm down, guys. And yet again, finishing with everything gets me another 4 achievements off the list. But of course, with the level being difficult, there's an achievement tied to that as well. I had to make it from the 3rd checkpoint all the way through to the end without dying, which is really sketchy when you're getting jump scared by enemies like this. But I slowly crawled my way through the level, being cautious as possible and shooting all the enemies, and on my very first try, I ended up getting through to get great. We're gonna die. And that leaves only a couple levels before we switch characters for the first time, with the next level being in the red light district. And I'm talking about the robot red light district, so don't get too excited now. But besides the disastrously hidden collectibles on roofs or even in filing cabinets, the level was all pretty straightforward. And once I fight my way through all the robots, I get these hilarious achievements. And with that, we're on to Uptown, which is basically the exact same as the last level. I mean, besides this quick cutscene here.
I know I'm supposed to like robot women, but sometimes, well...
You like human women?
No, robot men.
Oh.
But it ends with us climbing into a chicken walker to start the final level as Fry. Oh wait, what? No way. I actually get to use it? That's so cool. And this is also for sure the most difficult so far. The aiming in this thing is disgusting. And trying to kill every single enemy while also getting the collectibles just didn't seem possible for the first while. I mean, at least I accidentally cheesed a free achievement. I had restarted the level and it just popped up. Wait, what? So I kept working my way through blasting all of the enemies and trying to collect everything. And although it's a fun level, getting the money ruined all of that fun for me. I spent about a half an hour here shooting robots and retrying over and over, because I'd either miss a nibbler or cash, and on my very first try was the closest one I had gotten yet. No, I missed 1 nibbler and 2 cash. But after about 5 or so runs and a lot of robot shooting, I finally got them all. Yes! And with that, we finally made it to the pawn shop to get our engine back, bringing us into Act 2.
Fry, you have the engine. Great work. You surprised us all, and pleasantly this time.
Yeah, Fry's great, and we all love him. Now let's roll.
Shotgun!
So fun fact, this game was actually originally written as the 73rd episode, and they made enough cutscenes to actually be as long as a full episode too. But here we see that we finally have the ship fixed and the gang can leave Earth, and just in time for Mom to turn Earth into her own homemade Death Star. But she finds out it doesn't run unless she gets a dark matter engine. And well, guess who has one? But at least we got some good news now.
So now I can die and come back to life like Fry? Does that mean?
Yes, you're a playable character.
This is the happiest day of my life.
And right then, Mom starts tractor beaming the ship, making Bender and the Reanimator fall out to start up Act 2. Now sadly, Bender doesn't get to use any guns, which seems kind of odd to me, but the only move we have with him is to smack the enemies around. Oh, and then we have a special move to super smack the enemies around. Oh, and then for his health we have whiskey, of course. And also, instead of cash, we have what Bender calls robobium.
This ought to spruce up the Pitmobile.
And this here is also the level with a whopping 250 of them. Absolutely wild to put that many collectibles in such an old game, especially since you have to get them all at once. If you end the level missing one, you have to redo everything plus that one. It sucks. But after making my way through a couple platforming sections and fighting a lot of rock monsters, I ended up coming across this idiot.
The Metal Man's alive. Mommy's not gonna like that.
And he's decided to shoot a fully auto laser gun while we weave through a bunch of stuff to get to him. Well, more like dodging it to get to the roboium first, but I eventually blow up this dynamite, and I guess that's enough to scare him off.
If you see Mommy, tell her I killed you.
Then I head off into the mine elevator to get to the next level. All of the achievements from that level done. Now here we have something absolutely hilarious. Oh, no way. A nice fun level ripped straight from Crash Bandicoot. And funnily enough, as you'll see, it's not the only one. And honestly, this one was kinda hard since there wasn't a single checkpoint. Well, you know, the good old clunky PS2 controls don't help much ever. There we go, got all the nibblers. And I just need to make it to the end with all the coins as well. Or the gems, I mean. That was a sketchy jump. I almost screwed it up. But after about 5 deaths, I finally ripped through with everything. Yes, I got everything. Now for another achievement, I also had to do the complete opposite and get through trying to collect as least crystals as possible, which ended up being super easy since as long as I had under 10, I was good to go. Well, except right here at the end, I almost messed up. Oh, let me in. Oh, holy crap, I just barely skinned that rock. That was a close one. I feel like I've stolen enough. But now we're down into the mines, and first we get introduced to these new death robots, and then we get introduced to the second of the 3 dweebs.
Prepare to be crushed and subsequently smelted and then recycled into metal seatbelts.
And that's when this level turns from mines to the craziest platforming section in the entire game. I mean, it has everything from spinning blades on a conveyor belt to lasers to this terrible section even. Oh my god, this is the sketchiest, most terrible platforming ever. What the heck? Why didn't I jump? This platforming is garbage. Holy crap, that was just so close. I would have been so sad if I didn't make it. And then we head onto this whole wall of platforms that pop out one by one, followed up by spinning lasers and yet another even faster wall of nonsense, and a little bit of pipe balancing to finally go shut down the factory. And that finally brings us to the end. Holy crap, that was a long drop. Let's go, got everything. Sadly, my pain here wasn't over. I had to come back and make my way through the whole level yet again, but without killing any enemies at all. And that wasn't even the problem here. I don't know what happened, but I had started this level with 32 lives, and after struggling and falling so many times, I had gotten to the end with only 17 left. So needless to say, I was not having a fun time. But here's this stupid achievement out of the way. There we go. Got it. I only lost about 15 lives doing it, but we got it. But now we go back above ground. And besides the little time section you have to run through here, this level is basically the same as the first one with Bender. Just a lot of enemies and a lot of red rocks. But the point of going through here is to get to this hidden entrance. And after platforming over some mysterious purple goo and even finding a giant alien skeleton, I hop down into the second last level with Bender. Oh, and that's the end of the level. There we go. Got every single thing. The enemies, the nibblers, and all the robonium. And here we have the Junkyard, which not only has a lot more platforming, but brings back the death robots from Underground 2. Oh, and some really odd cacti that try to whip me. This level just serves as a path to Bender's final level. And after climbing over this yellow submarine here, that's where we're headed. And there's everything done on that level. And here's where we finally run into the third of the brothers.
I see you've gotten by my feeble-minded brothers, which is good, because now I get to kill you.
Now this was actually pretty damn hard to get through. The laser shots do crazy damage and wipe me out over and over again. Oh my god, I got shot. What the hell was that fair? I got spawn trapped. But to take him and his tank out, I have to run back and forth between these two guns. The first one takes out the shield, and then the other one shoots to damage the tank. And I had to do that about 6 times in a row to actually kill him. I even used up all the health there was laying around. But here's the last run to take him out. Run. Okay, now this better be the last time I have to shoot him. Holy, how many... Yes, it was! Let's go.
You haven't seen the last of me, unless you die before I see you again, in which case you have!
So from there, I grabbed the rest of my Robobium and headed over to blow up the tractor beam, letting the ship free and ending Chapter 2.
Now to save my friends and get me some Fembot foldouts.
Bite my shiny metal ass. Oh, and for some reason the damn collectibles glitched, so I had to redo the whole level and get them all over again for this one. There we go. But now that we're back on the ship, we need to find out a way to stop Mom. And Professor says we should go see his mentor by the name of...
Adoy. He lives here on the planet Bogad.
But that's in the furthest corner of the universe, and we don't even have enough dark matter fuel to get out of the solar system.
Then I guess you'll have to find some, Leela.
Me? But I'm not playable.
You are now.
So before we hop in our first level as Leela, we have another 5 minutes of cutscenes here. But to break it down for you, Mom ends up capturing the ship and coming aboard for these.
I've come for the blueprints to your dark matter engine.
The only blueprints are here in my head.
Oh, fine. Then we'll take that.
And well, that's exactly what she does. And then she launches our ship straight into the sun, which brings us to Sun City, where we meet this fella.
I am Rara, the Sun King.
Now he says that the sun god has turned evil and started eating his worshippers. Oh, and this.
Army of undead warriors sun god create from bones of victims.
Ah, those'll get you all right.
So we make a deal to take out the sun god in exchange for some dark matter. And we head on our way to our first level with Leela. And right away we get introduced to those undead warriors he was talking about.
It's a one-eyed purple people person.
One-eyed purple people person. Now sadly, yet again, no guns with Leela, making Fry the only one to get them. Pretty shitty. This is just a quick little level. I mean, the whole thing takes place in just this one area. Although there is some crazy bombers here that took me out a few times. He's so close. How do I get him away from me? Get up, stop. Oh, he really killed me. But once I finish with all of my kills and collectibles, I get these. All 4 achievements from that level done all in once. Now we're on to what's called the left wing. And going through this city was so cool. We got some puzzles to solve and a bunch of crazy platforming. This is definitely one of the best looking areas in the game. But the reason it's called the left wing is because there's also a right. And we have to work our way through both of them to place 4 different crystals. I even had a mini boss fight along the way against this dark wizard.
Something's about to happen. I can feel it in my bones.
Ah, good one.
Oh crap, is this a boss fight? Oh, there we go, got him. Was easier than I thought it was gonna be. But these levels are also very long and have a lot of painful enemies, like those damn bombers. But also a bunch of puzzles too, like hitting these switches in order, which gets even worse when they add lava and platforming into the equation. But this level ended up taking me half an hour in total, and boy am I glad I got all the collectibles and nothing glitched on me. Because I don't know if I was prepared to go through that all again. I mean, I basically already have to now that we're on to the right wing. There it is, enemies, nibblers, and all of the gold. Now it's basically the exact same thing, a very long level with a bunch of puzzles and enemies. But of course it's also going to be harder too, because of 1, these shield guys, and 2, these damn lava monsters that just ate face kicks. Holy crap, I just got 1 hit. And then also another mini boss here. What is this? Oh my god, that's what it is. Okay. Cool. Go. Oh, I'm so slick. I'm too fast. The best Futurama platformer there is. But I made my way through placing the crystals and whooping some ass. And well, of course, risking my life for a stupid amount of collectibles. But eventually I got to this crazy area. Oh, everything's falling. Oh, and I'm falling too. Alright. Alright, here we go, round 2. And go. I'm too good at this, I'm too good. Not gonna catch me in the lava. Holy crap. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I went the wrong way. So on my next run, I ended up making the correct jump and I got out of there, bringing me to some puzzles to solve. But once I do, it opens the temple bridge up so we can enter. All 4 of them, let's go. No humans were probed in the making of this achievement. So this level is basically the same as the first one. It all takes place in this one little courtyard. Just the enemies are a lot crazier and there's just way too many waves of them. But that's all I had to do here was kill the waves of enemies so I could solve these puzzles and then make my way into the inner temple, which of course means another 4 achievements out of the way. There it is, setting sun. Now here we have our last level with Leela and it's a crazy one. Right off the bat it starts with some insane platforming with a lot of obstacles. Holy crap, there I go. And of course, if I wanted the collectibles, I also had to go all the extra ways too. And these collectibles were way too hidden. I looked away from the guide for 2 seconds and ended up missing one and had to restart the whole level to get it. But after that mess, I got back to where I was and ended up coming across another sinking path. Although this time I didn't have any troubles here and zoomed through it first try. Oh, it's a close one. Get me out of here. Oh, I got it. And eventually I got to this deadly timed part. I'm the best. Oh my god, I'm not the best. It seemed like it didn't matter since I stayed alive. But I found out that you had to get the time limit for a collectible. Oh, I have to restart the level because I can't get this. I hate this. So yet again, I had to restart the level all over again and go through every collectible and every one of these painful areas. What the heck was that? Then once I finally got back to that spot, I made sure not to miss a single second and zoomed right through it with plenty of time left. Please, no more level restarts on this crap. Give me that nibbler. Let's go. I probably would have lost it if I failed again. But from there, it's just platforming on platforming after platforming down plenty of hallways and dodging plenty of obstacles. And eventually I found some enemies, and for some reason, the trophy for finishing the level with all the kills popped right when I got the amount. But once I complete this memory puzzle, we finally find the sun god.
Heathen, I will send thee to the icy depths of hell.
So here we have a pretty cool boss fight with 4 waves. And for each I have to dodge a few of his fireballs, then I'll get the chance to hit this box. And once I do that, it opens up the path to the next one. And of course it only gets faster and faster. No, what the fuck? And then when you die, it's right back to square one. But here's me getting the final hit to take him out. On to the last one here, on the last one. Holy cow, can't touch this. Oh, it's getting way faster. Holy crap. There we go, there we go. There we go, last of the money. I still owe $100 on this uniform. And then he evil laughs himself right into the lava. But then the whole place starts filling up and I have to platform my way out to the end of the level. Let me out of here. Yes, got my 2 achievements I needed from there. Complete Act 3.
Evil sun god is gone! Thank you, weird one-eyed woman. You save our planet.
Star, actually.
Whatever. And now for reward.
So we take our black matter and haul ass out of there before they realize we burnt their temple down. We also see that Mom has used Professor's brain to make a dark matter engine and she got her Earth's Death Star working. She even uses it to blow up a planet. But then we see that the gang has made it to Bogad.
Hello.
Dr. Zoidberg? What are you doing here?
Making a cameo. It's so nice to see you, my friends, and the robot.
And we finally get to meet Adoy.
Yes?
And he shows us just the machine we need.
This is my latest invention, the Time Tunneler. With it, you can travel back in time and stop Mom before she became unstoppable.
Or bet on horses I know we're gonna win. So long, suckers! Oh man, I'm still here.
You need to charge it first, Adoy.
And so that brings us to our first and only level as Zoidberg, which is also the other level I talked about before, ripped straight from Crash. But as fun as it looks, this nonsense was terrible. The controls are an absolute abomination. And of course I had to get every collectible too, making it way worse, since I mean, it's not like you can just turn around if you miss one. And then if you die too many times, it takes up way too much time and you end up failing. So basically I just had to go through over and over, dying and screaming and swearing for about 45 minutes. It was a complete blast. And to think I was excited to play a Zoidberg level. So how it works is there's 3 different areas with 2-minute timer on each, with a total of 130 collectibles along the way. And just so many glitchy, terrible spots that just would not want to work because of the damn PS2 controls. But here's when I was finally able to beat the last checkpoint after so much pain.
Got skills to not pay bills.
Oh my god, I might actually do it this time. Get me out of here, get me out of here.
How did I do that?
I think I have time. I can do this. I'm locked in. I got this. No, damn tree. Damn tree. Only 3 fish away. And the 1 nibbler's right here.
I got skills to not pay bills.
1 nibbler. Just gotta live through here. And 3 fish. What the fuck? Oh, I got a checkpoint. It's over. It's over. It's over. Yes! 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 More, more, more. No, less, less, less.
And the crowd goes wild. Zoidberg pulls the lever.
Now with that done, the gang can use the teleporter to go back into the past, bringing us to the last few levels to end the game.
So what should I do now, guys? Hello? Friends? Hello? Hello?
Yes, it's over. Oh my god, that was such a terrible level to play. And going back into the past also gives us the answer to why the ship was broken. So we take the good ship and head off to stop the professor from signing Planet Express over to Mom. And just in the nick of time, too.
Could I talk to you 3 over here for a moment? A little to your left. Wonderful.
But that sends us into our last 3 levels. And since we all got split up, we got 1 with each character, starting out with Bender. And here's the boss we have to take down.
I am Destructor!
Well, we don't exactly have to take him down yet. This is Bender we're talking about. So all we have to do as him is run through a couple puzzles, killing a few of these new crazy robot enemies here, which also got me this achievement. There we go. Hey, sexy mama, wanna kill all humans? But once I've gone through all those enemies, Bender hops into the elevator to escape. Leela, save me. And yourself, I guess. And Fry. Which now brings us into Leela's level, which is basically just a bunch of puzzles. The worst being these numbered rooms all around that all needed different keycards from each. And basically the whole area looked the same, so I did get lost for a good while. Oh, and I also had to speedrun this whole level in under 5 minutes for an achievement. So I did have to restart a couple times. Well, more like 5 times. But I ended up remembering all the doors pretty quickly and got to the end to dive through this laser room and pulled this lever, which does I don't know what because it doesn't show you. But that gets me these achievements. Oh, look at it, damn. Well, we're boned. And then finally the last level to end the game. And after a few puzzles, I also unlocked the best gun in the game. This awesome one-shot laser rifle thingy. Sucked not using a gun for 2/3 of the game, that's for sure. But the first half of this level is basically the exact same as the last. Just puzzles, collectibles, and enemies. Until I finally get up here to actually fight the last boss.
Destructor initiating kill all humans mode!
So basically I just had to shoot him a lot. But the problem was that he shoots back and he does way more damage than I do. But I found out that I could get him to shoot open these rooms, giving me access to unlimited health and ammo. So from there all I had to do was grab a corner, aim down the sights, and just keep shooting away. And it's gotta go soon. How many shots? Oh, yes! Is that the, did I beat the game? Is that the game over?
I died the way I lived. As a giant robot.
Yeah!
Nice shooting, Fry. Way to waste that evil robot.
Oh, so just because a robot wants to kill humans, he must be evil? That is so prejudiced, Leela.
He wanted to kill you too, Bender.
Yeah? Well, you shut up!
All right, kids, I'm coming down.
And to officially end it, we see the reanimator blow up and fall to its death. And then we see the final cutscene tying everything together.
You wouldn't hit a lady.
I suppose you're right. Though I would do this.
You broke my hip!
I don't care. The deal is off.
Oh, well, how about if I throw in this hat?
Good news, everyone! I've sold Planet Express to Mom.
And after the credits, I get one of my last achievements. The Farnsworth Paradox, complete Act 5. But ultimately, the whole game is just a never-ending time loop, which brings us to the next achievement, for restarting the game over again. We're back, baby! And then for the last achievement, I saved this really cool one. When this game was first made back in 2003, the devs put an Easter egg so difficult to find that it didn't get solved for 16 years. I mean, you could see where it was behind this wall in the code, but it wasn't until 2019 that someone found this crazy combination out to get it. From spawn, you had to grab the keycard from Leela's locker, then go into the boiler room and grab the 2 cash, followed by what was probably the hardest step to figure out. You have to break the glass on the fire extinguisher without grabbing it, which if you get close enough, just automatically happens. But then next was to open this drawer over here for 1 cash, and then make your way up to the table and grab these 2 cash. And then finally, these last 2 steps here. This cash, break the TV. Oh, there it is! Easter egg! I hope everyone likes eggs. That's crazy, man. I wonder who actually found that out. And I know I said that was the last achievement, but the actual last achievement pops up the very first time you enter a cheat code. Nice little way to know if someone cheated at all during their run. There we go. You've been very naughty. Mastered Futurama. Let's go. That's awesome. So would I play this game again?
No!
But I'm definitely happy to have experienced it being a Futurama fan. And also, these achievements are fan-made and were gotten using retro achievements, if anyone was wondering. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And until then, you can check out another one of my achievement videos right here. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.